Hi! It's a lovely rainy Tuesday afternoon. I am sitting in the Target parking lot waiting for Caitlin to come over from Lowe's. She was out of town all day at a floriculture contest. Don't ask, I don't know. Plant ID, and you had to see what was wrong with the plant when it had certain symptoms. It was kind of like plant CSI, honestly. So I guess it's this big thing. It was really cool. So she was out of town all day. I did not see her. She left before I got up, which was really weird. So she stopped by my classroom and brought me a Coke. Isn't she a good kid? Oh my gosh, I love her. Anyway, she said, I'm gonna go to my practice. She had a practice at 4, and she said she'd meet me at Target. I was working on report cards feverishly, trying to get them done so I could send them to the admin before I left, because that was what they were due today. So I got them done, squeaked by. I sent them right before I left, yay. And I still have a few kids to listen to reading, but I can change their report card if I need to. And we got a lot done today. I was really proud of us. I was really proud of the kids. They did a lot of work. So tomorrow will be some more work. And then Thursday will be Pie Day, where we're gonna do learning activities, but it'll be more fun themed. So not so much stress, because we don't have to like take tests or anything, yay. So it's, like I said, it's raining and I have the car with no umbrella. Oh well, it's okay. I don't have to go anywhere after this, whatever. So I'm gonna run in, literally, and wait for Caitlin to come. And I'll probably check back with you later. Hello, back in the car again. So, totally struck out at Target. Oh well. Caitlin and I decided to go to McDonald's because she wanted ice cream and a pie. And I needed some lunch because I never ate lunch because I'm a dork and I just kept working and didn't stop and eat. Because all the things need to be done for report cards. But they're done, submitted, happy to say that. So now I'm just kind of discouraged and I don't want to shop anymore. So I'm just going home. I have a headache, it's gross outside, and I'm very tired. So tomorrow's a new day. I won't have all the stress of report cards tomorrow. And we can start shopping earlier tomorrow. So I think that I will just look tomorrow for some things that I need to get for the trip and just be happy with whatever. But that'll be like the only day I can do anything. I guess technically I could do Thursday night too, but my flight leaves at like 6 a.m. and my airport is 3 hours away. So we're leaving 4 hours before the flight. So there you go. That's super early. So not much sleeping going on. But I may be too excited to sleep anyway, so it'll be okay. Caitlin had a rehearsal at 4. She had another rehearsal at 5:45, and then she'll be done, and she can come home. Crazy long day. She had to be in the town where she does her special classes in the mornings at 6:30 this morning. And that town is a good 45 minutes from where we live. So she had to leave super early. And then she texted me later and she goes, oh, I could hear that in her text, you know. They said to be here at 6:30, that they weren't, no, she said they said to be there at 6:45. They were leaving at 6:45. They weren't waiting for anyone. So she got there at 6:30. And they didn't leave till 7. She's like, I could have slept longer. I'm like, 15 minutes. What's 15 minutes gonna do? Nothing. So she was a little annoyed, but they didn't leave like they said they were gonna do. They said, they actually told people, like, if you're not there, we're leaving without you, and you can either do this contest thing online, or you can go to the next one. Like, you're just out of luck. Well, they're high school students. They should be responsible enough to get somewhere on time, theoretically, I guess. So, yeah, she was a little perturbed. But I said, I can see waiting like 5 minutes for people. Or waiting a little longer if someone contacted the teacher and said, oh my gosh, we had a flat tire or something disastrous happened. I can see waiting for that. But not just for a random no-show, because you don't know if they're coming or not. It doesn't look like it's going to be raining much on my way home. It was raining a lot more here. I think on the way home it's not going to be so bad. So I look lovely because I got rained on several times. But that's okay. I'm just going home. My goodness. It's only Tuesday, but it feels like we've had a couple really big days at school, like getting all the things done. Like, we have been super productive. I'm so proud of my class. They have really stepped up their game and gotten stuff done. They really have. We finished our animal reports today, as far as I know. I need to check a few of them and make sure they didn't forget something, because we do have tomorrow. Because I want them to show those animal report books to their families when they come to conferences on Thursday. That's going to be cool. So I told them, I said, now you need to come with your parents because you're the star of the show. Like, you're going to show off for them and you're in charge. You get to show everything that you know. And they're like, you do? They're like, finally! I'm like, well, we did that in first grade too, remember? And they're like, well, yeah. But you know, that was a long time ago. That was still last year. But it's going to be really cool. I am trying to figure out what I want to do for supper tonight. Probably something super easy, like leftovers. Which, I think the only leftovers we have would be pizza. Or we have those honey battered chicken tenders that I get from Target. Those are so good. So good. Probably not the best thing for you, but I don't know. I just had a hamburger, so I'm good for a long time. My poor husband, though, I need to feed him. And Caitlin, I guess when she brought me the Coke, she grabbed something from McDonald's on the way to my school. You know, she didn't really have a lot of time between getting back from her trip and having her solo rehearsal, but she came over to bring me a Coke. Wasn't that sweet? Oh, that was so sweet of her. Well, okay, this is the weird thing that happened today. So I got this text that said, do you want a Coke? And I'm like, yes, in a big bad way, please. And it came from her, right? So then I texted her back, you know, yes, in a big bad way. And she goes, I think you meant to send that to someone else. And I'm like, what? So I go back and look through the texts. I don't see anything about a Coke on her text. Where did that come from? It said it was from her. So I look back, I like slid down from the top of my phone to see what other messages there might have been that came through, because it was like a notification when I first saw it. Nothing. I'm like, am I hallucinating? Did I not really see that? Was that just a figment of my imagination? Oh my gosh. And then I thought, you know what? The weather's funky, and sometimes the cell signals get wackadoodles and stuff when it's rainy like this. So maybe it was an old text that came through? I don't know. But I know that she texted me something about wanting a Coke over the weekend because she and her dad had gone to pick up KFC or something. I remember her texting me asking if I wanted a Coke. So that's all I can think of, is that that text showed up again or something. I don't know. Has it ever happened to you? That was really weird. I'm like, am I just crazy? Probably. But she's like, what was that? I'm like, she goes, how could I bring you a Coke from where I am? And I'm like, I don't know. I got nothing. Well, I didn't know what time she's coming back either. I was like, I have no idea. Sorry. I don't know. It was very strange. Very, very strange. That's kind of been lots of strange lately. Yeah. Oh my gosh, people. So I think that my Pi Day shirt is going to be waiting for me when I get home, and I will show it to you because it's really cute. My plans for Pi Day include measuring pies, which I think I mentioned yesterday, possibly. So forgive me if I'm repeating myself, because yesterday was a long time ago in my brain, and I don't even know what I talked about anymore because I'm just that fried. So measuring pies, I just made up a little thing with clip art, and I hand drew the lines in inches, because you never know what it's gonna be when you put it on the computer. Like, and it depends on what printer you printed on and the aspect that you printed at. And I just did not want to fiddle with printing it. Oh, that's off. Let's do it a little longer. Because we actually in first grade made some measurement tests, measuring to the inch and centimeter. And it was a holy nightmare trying to get it the right length of line, because you don't have any way to judge it on there. Like when we used to use Publisher, there was like a measurement bar across the top. Like you'd have a ruler across the top and you could tell. But like I use PowerPoint for everything, and we can't use Publisher anymore. So I don't have that. Some of you that are way better at making stuff than I am could probably tell me how to do it. but I just did not have the time or the energy to do it. So I took a Sharpie and a ruler and old schooled it. So we have fruit pies and we have pizza pies. And then I made an author's purpose pie, and I found some books, like I just screenshot book covers from Amazon and put them on a page, and the kids have to choose which purpose each book goes with. So I made it really obvious. Like one of them is like Green Eggs and Ham or something, or Fox and Socks, because I love those books. And one of them is like all about rabbits or something. I mean, it's very obvious, it's informational. And then the other one was I want a iguana, I think is what I chose. That one might be a little harder because they may not really know the story, but I mean, I'm gonna help them a little, you know. So it's gonna be good. But I shared that with my team too. I said, hey guys, in case you want to do anything for Pie Day. It was funny. A couple of them looked at me like, Pie Day? I said, Thursday's Pie Day, 3.14. It's 3:14. They're like, oh, because we're second grade teachers, we don't do pie. There's no such thing as pie in second grade math. We don't even have negative numbers in second grade math. Although I did have a kid ask me the other day, how do you make a negative number? How do you write it? I said, it's just a minus sign. They're like, oh, it's like this? I said, yeah, you just put a minus sign in front of it. It means it's less than 0. And they're like, oh. And it's funny because whenever I was teaching them 2-digit subtraction, I have a couple of pretty quick boys in math. And not to diss the girls, they're just as good in math, a lot of them, but they just don't say anything, right? They keep it on the down low. Anyway, these boys are very like, oh yeah, I get that. So I had a couple of boys going, when we had to like go next door and take 10 more because we couldn't subtract it because the number was too big on the bottom, they're like, well, you can make a negative number. And all the other kids were just like, what? I said, you are right, there are negative numbers when you get in the upper grades. Yeah, but not in second grade. We're not gonna worry about those. Those don't even exist in our lives right now. Okay, just whole numbers, it's okay. So, but I was like, hey, I'm kind of glad that they already knew about some of that. It's pretty cool. So that was fun. So when I just got splattered with a whole bunch of crud. Here we go. Thank you. Not that they could really help it, it was on the road. Okay, so I was talking about using the minus sign for a negative number, and one little boy goes, yeah, that's the thing with like this with the dots on the top and the bottom. I said, oh honey, that would be division. And he goes, oh yeah. Well, see, his sister's in 4th grade, I believe. Yeah, she's in 4th. And so they're doing division. So he sees her homework, right? He probably does her homework with her. I mean, honestly, he probably does the same stuff she's doing because he's very smart too. So yeah, he knows all about the upper grade math. He's all about that. A little bit of competition there probably, I'm sure. Well, like what I just got in the mailbox. Yay, I believe it would be my Pie Day shirt. Showing you that when I get home, which is in like 2.5 seconds because I'm on my road right now, which is why the camera's so wiggly jiggly, because I have a gravel hot mess here with a puddle in the middle. Okay, as soon as I get in and get myself together, I will show you my shirt and I'll show you what I wore today. Of course, I'm all about St. Patrick's Day this week, even though we don't have school when it's actually St. Patrick's Day because it's on Sunday. But this is the week before, so I'm celebrating by wearing my awesome St. Patrick's Day stuff. Okay, I am now in my driveway, and I can go in and show you what I got. So this is what it's like outside. Nice. That's a good look. Yeah, it's a little windy out there. So we gained a cat, which you wouldn't think I'd notice, but I did. There was just a random yellow cat out there that's not one of our yellow cats. And I went, hello, who are you? So normally when you see another cat hanging around, that means there's a female in heat somewhere. I don't have any of those, so I don't know. And my poor Herbie cat, the gray one, he's got a big chunk out of the back of, like behind his ear. Like there's no fur back there and there's a sore. And I'm like, oh no. You got in a fight with something, poor guy. So he's a sweet kitty, but oh my goodness, cats can be so mean. So mean. And strange, as you can hear. On with the outfit. So here's what I wore today. And I have a pineapple sticker on me because a sweet little girl from my neighbor teacher's class gave me one when I went into her room today. She went, Miss Bond. And I went, hi, sweetie. And she goes, here. And I went, oh, thank you. You found a pineapple sticker. You're so sweet. So I stuck it on my shirt because that's what you do when they give you a sticker. You proudly display it for all to see. Yes. So I wore this shirt today. See, it's got little shamrocks mixed in with the butterflies, and there's a little bit of gold going through. And then I have these leggings on today. Super cute. And my same old black boots that I wear like all the time. And they're kind of scroungy because they got a little muddy. My hair is so sad. Just don't look at this part because like I'm not proud of it, but whatever. And then I have this thing that I've worn before. You've seen it. You've seen this lots of times with the, heck, I don't know. It's from Target. I always forget the name of this thing. I always forget the name of the company. Knox Rose. You would think as often as I talk about them and wear them, I would remember, but no, never. Okay, anyway, so that's it. And this hair just not happening anymore. And I wore nothing super exciting, but I did wear some cool little leprechaun hat earrings that I got from Walmart last year, and just a ring that I got from, I don't know, Cato probably a long time ago. And oh, I think I have marker on my finger. Teacher life, right? We always have something on us. Okay, on with the more fun stuff. So I didn't find any clothes at Target, but I did find this. Just came out, Rachel Hollis. Yoo-hoo. I believe she's going to be on the what's it called? Get Your Teach On conference, the national one in Dallas. I think that's right. Maddie Ellie's going to that. I wish I could go. It's not going to happen this year, but someday I would like to go to that. But ask me if I finished reading the first book, Girl Wash Your Face, that I got over the summer. No, I have not. Thank you for asking. I'm going to take that too. Or maybe I can read it before I go. I'm not going to read it before I go. It's like 3 days from now. Anyway, backup book. So yeah, I'll be having that one in my bag and the first one because honestly, I read, like as soon as I got the first one, I read it, like 3 chapters. And then I just got really, really busy, like, you know, moving classrooms and stuff. And I just never went back to it. I intended to, and every time I see it, I go, oh, I need to read that. It's supposed to be really super good. And I just never got it done. So I should have some reading time because I have a 2.5-hour layover in the Chicago O'Hare Airport. And I'm not one to talk to random strangers generally, so I'm going to have my nose in a book so that I can keep people away from me. This would be the stay away from me pose. Am I right? Yeah. Because I'm a weenie, I'm a wimp, and I'm going to be freaked the heck out because I'm in this giant airport by myself with nobody. Because I think Maura from Kind Kindergarten is on a different flight than me. Because we were thinking maybe we would meet up, maybe be on the same plane. I think she's on a different flight. So I think hers leaves before mine. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, so that was one cool thing I got today. The other cool thing, my pie shirt. It was my pie shirt in that package. Oh, yes, it was. So let me show you. You ready? Super cool. Look. How could I not get that for Pie Day? Am I right? Pineapple. It was like perfect. It's a perfect shirt for me. And it's green. You got to choose whatever color. I will link this below for you in case you want to get one for maybe next year. Because by the time you see this, it will be a thing of the past. And it will be too late for this year. But you will be ahead for next year. So far ahead. People will be impressed, right? I will link those things that I made for Pie Day in my Google Drive in case you want to use it. You could use it for, I mean, it doesn't say Pie Day on it, so you can use it for whatever. Like if you're doing author's purpose, you can use the author's purpose pie for that. And if you're doing measurement, you can still use the pie. So it's not like it's not any good, but it's just not going to be themey, you know? Oop, I think I just kicked my cat in the nose. Sorry, boo. She was sniffing my shoe or something and I moved and I didn't know she was there. Sorry, kitty. You know, that's why I stopped wearing my lanyard in my classroom because I was forever smacking the kid in the head with it. It was so bad. I felt terrible because I would have it around my neck, you know, and my keys would be on it, which would make it kind of heavy. And then they'd have their hand up. So I go to answer their question. I'd lean over and I'd bop them in the head. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So I just stopped wearing it in the classroom. Like I only put it on when I leave because sometimes my door will shut and I'm locked out and that's not good. So yeah, I learned the hard way by smacking a few kids in the head accidentally. I'm like, I'm sorry. Please don't tell your parents I smacked you on purpose, because I didn't. Oh, poor kids. They kind of learned to stay away from me after that. And I'm a gesturer, and kids are at just the right height to get smacked in the head when I gesture. So I try not to do that too. So many times. Have you smacked your kids in the head a few times? I feel terrible when that happens. I don't mean to do it, but sometimes they come up behind you and you don't know they're there and you turn around and you whack them in the head. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Come here, honey. I give them a little hug. I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Poor babies. Oh, dangerous teacher. Dangerous teacher. I don't stab them with my fingernails, though. That's a good thing. That could be really bad. So that's a good thing. This vlog is just going to be full of random crazy because that's just how I'm feeling this week, you know, random crazy. The weather has been really, I guess, springy is what you call it. It's been cold and rainy and drizzly and kind of gray and gross. But the kids did get to have outside recess today, which I was so happy about. Yes. Did we go outside yesterday too? I believe we did. It rained this morning and they had inside recess, I think. And I was like, oh no. Please don't have inside recess, because they had been cramped inside working so quietly and so well today that I really, really wanted them to be able to go outside and get some of that energy out, because they had worked so hard keeping it in, and they were able to go outside. So that was a good thing for all of us. Yes, it helps the teacher and it helps the kids. It helps us all focus better. I'm gonna just go relax because I don't have to do anything major tonight. For measuring in Power Hour, we're doing measuring to the nearest ½ inch. And also our other standard is choosing the right measurement tool, which would be like, what would you What would you measure a door with? And you would choose, you know, a yardstick, not toothpicks or whatever. You know, it would be, you could do it with the ruler, but it would be easier if you had a yardstick. And like, if you're going to measure around something, you would want like a measuring tape or tape measure or something. So that's another thing we probably should cover in this. Tomorrow's thing for Power Hour is I found this cute little book that is measuring dinosaurs. And I thought to extend that, because that's going to be kind of easy for them. Like, they're rocking the ruler measurement. They really, really are. Like, once you just reminded them, make sure you start on the 0 and line it up with the edge, and make sure you don't cut any of the thing off that you're measuring. Like yesterday we measured a caterpillar and some of them didn't go all the way to the end of the antenna. And so their measurement was off by like ½ inch or something. And I was like, they're like, oh, I didn't measure the antenna. I'm like, there you go. Make sure you go from end to end of whatever the object is that you're measuring. And so then they totally got it. Like, measuring isn't super hard for them if you just show them the basics and make sure that they do it that way. Today they had to measure objects, but they also drew lines that were certain lengths. The trickiest part, I think, of that is holding that ruler down so it doesn't wobble on you and make a funky line. So when I went around to check everybody how they were doing, I did notice some wormy lines, and I went, oh, can I show you something? I said, I see what happened here. Your ruler slid around, didn't it? And they're like, yeah. I said, you got to hold that puppy down. But there's a way you have to hold it so you can still see what you're doing. And then you just put your pencil against the edge of that ruler and drive it across the road. Just go, whoop, drive it across that road. And they're like, oh, okay. Usually when I've done, like, I've taught measurement for 11 years. I mean, we do measurement in 1st grade too. So usually when you tell them that, yes, that's paper from Mathville still in my room. Yep. And Caitlin's birthday stuff still. Don't judge me. I'm tired. And those are the least of my worries. Anyway, once you show the kids how to hold it, a really easy way for them, you know, to hold it down, they got it. Like, this isn't like neurosurgery or anything. It's just like skills. It's just basic skills. So once you give them the basics, then you can expand on that, which is what I'm planning to do tomorrow. So this little book is just measuring the dinosaurs. I thought they're going to get done with that super fast. And we have a good 25 minutes by the time everybody gets in there and settled and ready to go. I mean, 25 good minutes of work time. We are going to build a dinosaur park, kind of like a Jurassic Park thing. So they're going to have to design enclosures, and they're going to have to separate the carnivores and the herbivores so they don't mingle, because mingling is bad when you're going to be eaten by something. I think I want them to put in a certain size water area so they can drink, and it needs to be in the middle. So I think there might be something like that out there somewhere on the internet. I know I've seen build a zoo before, like, or designed a zoo. And I don't know that we want to go into area yet, because they're not, I don't know if they're ready for that or not, but they can definitely make something that has certain dimensions. Like, you need to make an enclosure that is this tall and this wide inch-wise. So I think that's going to be really cool. So we're going to give them the big drawing paper that's like the 12, no, it's going to be like, what, 11 by 18 size? Yeah. So the art room has white drawing paper that's 11 by 18. It's a little thicker than regular paper, but not quite as thick as cardstock. It's more of a construction paper consistency, I would say. So we're going to give them that. And then I'm going to try to find something that'll give me some kind of guidelines of what to put on this direction sheet. But basically, they're just going to follow the directions for their dinosaurs and put them in separate places on in their little preserve thing. I think that'll be good. And then they can add some things to it, which would be good. Okay, Socks came over to say hi. Socksy. Oh, I got this for the kids for Friday when I'm gone as a special snack. I think I'm going to make a leprechaun mix. Lucky Charms. Frosted Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious. Those aren't frosted though. Those are regular. But anyway, well, I guess the little bits are kind of frosty. Whatever. So that will be poured into a thing. I'll probably put some, I don't know, M&Ms or something with it, or crackers. I don't know. I will make it a mix of some kind. It'll be a lucky mix or lucky. Well, it's a Lucky Charms mix. It'll be something. It'll be something cool. I'm going to go and put on my pajamas so I can just relax and take this headband off and get some more caffeine in my body because I'm really tired and I have a headache, and I think that might help me maybe. And drink a lot of water. I probably need to drink more water, honestly. Yeah. And take some sinus medicine because the creeping crud is creeping again. Okay. I'm going to say goodnight, and I'll try to catch you in the morning. Hi, we are home from shopping adventures, and I found everything I needed for the trip. I'm so excited. So I thought I'd show you what I'm wearing today, but I'm not going to show you what I'm wearing over the conference time because you'll just have to wait and see. So I'm wearing these awesome earrings from Scarlett Jade Design. Aren't they pretty? Yeah. I got this scarf from Dollar Tree that I've wrapped around my head. I have this cute little shirt from Walmart last year, and this little sweater thing from Maurice's from I don't know how many years ago. These leggings. And I just wore this ring and not really anything else. So that's what I wore. Okay, Caitlin and I scored big at Walmart. I'm really happy about that. And I'm gonna go get everything washed because I have to pack tomorrow night. But today was a good day. We got a lot done. Like, I got the kids to do their self-reflections for the conferences tomorrow. They finished their animal reports. There are a couple kids that have like just a little tiny bit of tweaking to do, but they'll get it done tomorrow. Tomorrow's pie day, so that's gonna be fun. I got oatmeal pies. I can show you that. I got these for pie day. So I gotta take those with me tomorrow. I'll move them over here so I don't forget them, because I will forget them. Okay, so pie day is taken care of. I made copies for stuff. I started making plans for Friday. They're still a little up in the air because we're not sure exactly when we're doing our AR reward party. It's going to be like board games and stuff. When I was at Walmart, I was super tempted. I almost bought something. They had like giant checkers games and giant bowling games. I'm like, the checkers game might be something that my kids would like. But we have stuff, so. I'm like, and I'm having to spend money on buying clothes for this trip. So I'm trying not to be crazy with that kind of stuff. I need to put the chicken in the oven and go get my clothes ready. So I'll probably go for now. I have a lot to do to get ready for the trip, like washing things and packing things and putting things in smaller containers. So I did get some travel size bottles to put my shampoo and stuff like that in. I got a travel size hairspray, got a travel size deodorant, I got a travel size toothpaste. I think that's all the stuff I got. I got a swimsuit and a cover up and some sandals and some clothes and a pair of earrings and some pajamas. So I think I'm set. I also got like a little travel like purse thing. So I think I'm good. And I showed you the book I got at Target yesterday. That's the sequel to Girl Wash Your Face. I also got these. I thought that'd be good for the plane. Oh, and I got this one too. I got a message from the airline saying that they had canceled my flight. And I went, what? But then it said they had rebooked me on a different flight. And so instead of going to Chicago O'Hare Airport, now I'm going to Charlotte, North Carolina, I believe. it's a little bit earlier. I don't have as long of a layover, and I get to Miami just a tiny bit quicker. I don't know. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm going to go on the computer later and check all that information out. But I kind of freaked out for a second when, what do you mean you canceled my flight for Friday? What? No, they rebooked me on something else. So it's still the same airline, but just a different flight. So, okay. I don't know what happened. I got bumped, I guess. I just hope that doesn't happen when I get there. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But I am so looking forward to meeting my dear friend Marielle, because it's been over a year and we just really need to meet each other. So I'm very excited about that. I've got a big squishy hug saved up for her. And of course I've got big squishy hugs saved up for Vanessa from my second grade life, and Excellently Elementary, Sheridan, and Brianna from Putting Forth Effort, and the other Brianna from Vertical Teaching, and also Mrs. Call's Campers, Maylene. Got a big squishy hug for her. And I know I'm forgetting people, and I'm so sorry, and I don't mean to forget people. Oh, Kate, obviously Kate has a big squishy hug coming too, the sleepy teacher, yes. I'm just trying to think. There's a little core of us that kind of chat a lot. Jazzy from Glam Teacher. I'm so excited she's coming. Yay, that's gonna be, we're gonna be like combustible. It's gonna be scary cool. Like, I'm not kidding. We're gonna be awesome. So, with that said, and I'm jerking the camera like a crazy person, let me get some stuff done, and I'll see you next time. Good morning. Happy Thursday. It is conference day. So we have school until like 12:20, and then conferences are 1 to 7, and they're student led, which means that the students get to show off all that they've learned and all that they've made and done. They're going to show off their animal report books to their families. They're going to show them a book they enjoy reading if we have time. I'll go over their report card briefly, and they'll show some of the writing that they've done out in the hallway and the landform project that we did. And that's about all there'll be time for, because the conferences are only 15 minutes. So you really need to get in there and talk about the important stuff right away. So they're going to talk about that, and then I will meet with them for just, you know, maybe 5 minutes at the table. So they have about 10 to show off and go over their reflection page, talk about their strengths and what they feel like they could do better in too. So it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I really like spring conferences because the kids have grown so much over the year, and they can do so much more, and they're in charge, and they love being in charge. And I love watching them show off for their families and show all the awesome things that they've done, and take them around the room and show them things we've put in the classroom. It's just really cool, because the families don't get to see a lot of things. Since we don't have homework, they don't see a lot of things, you know, coming back and forth. And I've been saving a lot of their writing projects and things to put in their portfolios, so they haven't seen a lot of the things that we've done. I have sent pictures and things to the families of stuff that we've done, but like I said, they haven't gotten the actual physical things to look at. So I think this is going to be really great. I am really tired, but that's just kind of the way it is this time of year. Everybody's tired because we've had a lot to do. There's just a lot to get, you know, finish up, and we're in our last quarter of school, and so we got to get all the things in before the end of the year. We don't want to miss anything, so we're tying up loose ends from previous quarters. Like if they didn't master a skill, we are reteaching and retesting those, and we are moving on with our last quarter skills and making sure those are solid, and just getting them prepared as much as possible for 3rd grade. So it's a pretty exciting time. We have 3 months of school. That is strange sounding to me. It feels like we just started, but if I look back, we've done a lot. We really have. So I am excited about today. I am wearing my Pi Day shirt and some special pants, and I have an outfit to change into for conferences, because this would have been a little too casual for conferences, but I have a nice outfit to change into. I've started a load of laundry before I left so that I could get some things ready for my trip. And when I get home today, which will probably be close to 8 o'clock, I will do some more laundry, and then I have some things that need to hang to dry. I might need to like fluff dry them for a little bit and then hang them the rest of the way so they can get the wrinkles out for my trip. And just make sure that I've got everything. There's only one thing that concerns me at all really packing wise, and that's I kind of need a fancier dress or something for an event on Saturday. And my shopping resources are limited where I live because we don't live in a big place. So I don't know if I want to try to go to the mall that we have that's about half an hour from where I live and see maybe if Dillard's has something or JCPenney's. Or if I want to chance it and go to our outlet mall and see if maybe Dress Barn has something. I don't know. I thought I had something and I don't. So I'm kind of like, and I can't do any shopping tomorrow because my plane leaves at, now I have a different flight. I don't think I said that, but my plane leaves at 7. So I got a message. I think I did mention that yesterday, that I got a message from the airline that said my flight had been canceled and they had put me on a different flight. Well, it's because of those Boeing, is it 737 MAX planes? It's the same type of plane that crashed in Ethiopia this past week. And I guess there was another thing like that that happened like in the fall. And so I don't know who made the decision, but those planes have been grounded apparently by someone. So apparently there must be something wrong with them or they wouldn't be crashing. So I'm happy to not be on a plane that hasn't had a very good history. That's a little scary. So instead of flying into Chicago, now I'm flying into Charlotte, North Carolina, which I really do think I mentioned this yesterday, but anyway, I'm kind of excited. But I'm also like, I don't know, I'm nervous about a lot of things. Like, I'm not really nervous about being on the plane. I'm nervous about getting to the plane, like getting to the right place. That's my anxiety with getting lost. I have a thing about that. Like, I need to know exactly where to go and how to do it and what it should look like. And I just need to have all the I's dotted and the T's crossed. And I feel a little uneasy because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. And it's a little nerve-wracking. Right now, I can't really worry about that too much because I need to focus on today with my kids and the awesome conferences that we're going to have this afternoon and early evening. Caitlin does not have school until 9:30 today because she does not go to her gardening and landscaping classes at the other campus in another town. Since we have a half-day schedule, they're not taking the students over there. And she said today's considered a gray day. Like, they have different color days, and this is like a non-normal day. So it's just doesn't count in the rotation of like kind of like even and odd days. So it's just kind of its own thing. So she's like, I don't have school till 9:30 tomorrow. I'm like, well, that's cool. So we were going to take separate cars anyway because I don't want her to have to wait for me till 7 o'clock to be able to leave or a little bit after. I need to print some of the report cards. They didn't all print before I left yesterday. They're in Google, and I don't know if it's my computer or what, but it seems like it takes just a little bit for it to process each document. And so it was taking a little while to get the first, I think I did the first 9. So, you know, there's 22 of them. So I have, you know, 2/3 of my class left to do about. Not quite. Well, I guess that's about half. I have a little over half of them to print still, which is not going to be a problem. I just need to get in and do it. So that's going to be my first priority this morning. In Power Hour, the students are working on measuring with rulers, and I came up with an extension activity to go with some measuring that we'd already done. We measured dinosaurs, and then I created this scenario where they have been hired by this company to create a dinosaur park. And so they need to take into account the size of the dinosaurs that they measured and make their enclosures a little bit bigger than the dinosaurs so they have room to move around. But we found out that the paper that I got, which is a good size paper, but the dinosaurs were measured in inches, and so like 2 enclosures would take up the whole page. So we decided to do a conversion like a scaled down version. So we're going to tell the kids, you know, we're going to convert inches to centimeters. So the scale will be 1 inch equals 1 centimeter. So if your dinosaur enclosure needs to be 7 inches square, then you're going to do 7 centimeters square. And that will alleviate a lot of the size issue. It should all fit on that paper now. It should be really good. The kids are super excited about it. They're like, oh, this is so cool. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's good real world measuring skills. They're having to actually create these enclosures for the dinosaurs. They're going to create a body of water. They're going to make trees certain sizes. It's gonna be really cool, I think. So that's what our thing today is going to be. And I think it's gonna be really good. And I'm hoping maybe they'll be able to show it to their families at conferences tonight. Either that or they'll just take them home and show them to their families at home. I'm almost at school, so I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. I'm not sure when I'll be able to jump back on the camera or not, probably on my way home today. And I'll just kind of give you a wrap up of the day and kind of let you know my plans for finding a dress. I may just need to go shopping when I get to Miami. I don't know. Because I know McLeod knows the good places to shop, so she would be a good resource for that. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna need to go behind the building today because we have a lot of visitors coming. So we're trying to leave as many parking spaces open as we can for the families so that they can come and be wowed by their kiddos. All right, I will try to check back in with you later and let you know what's happened. Hey, it is 7:24 and I am out. Conferences were awesome. I had most of my families come tonight. Some of them couldn't make it today, so I will touch base with them after spring break and set something up, either a phone conference or they can come during plan time or maybe after school. So we'll make contact somehow. And I am headed home so I can pick up my peeps and head to the mall to try to find a dress. So wish me luck. Hoping that this works out. McLeod has been texting me, showing me her outfits that she's been trying on, and she found some super cute things, so that's exciting. But yeah, I always love watching the kids share what they've done with their parents. It's so cool. And the parents were so proud of their kids. It was so neat to see that. And I was so proud of them. And I had a couple of kids that bloomed even more than some, and it was really amazing. So I loved it. It was great. I just feel like it was a really good day, So Pie Day went really well. We did, let's see, this morning, what was our schedule? This day was so long. full of stuff, full of good stuff. So the kids came in, then we had Power Hour. So my group worked on their dino park, and we're going to continue working on that after spring break because we didn't quite finish. So we need a little more time to work on that. And then we had a little bit of time. So we did iReady. And then after iReady, we had specials, which was PE today. And then they had recess. After recess, we did our little pie day. So they measured pies. And they had oatmeal pie for snack while I was reading Enemy Pie. And we talked about the theme or the lesson in that book, main idea. We did an author's purpose pie where they had the little book covers that they cut out and they put under the slices of pie that matched what the author's purpose was of those books. They did great on that. And then it was time to pack and go to lunch and then leave because we dismissed at 12:20 today. And then, so you have to be ready at like noon basically to start sending the kids to their dismissal spots because pickups leave pretty quickly after that to go to the pickup area. And then you got to have your bus riders ready to go to their bus waiting rooms. So we did really well with that. I had the kids pick up the stuff off the floor that we had cut for our pie things. I even told them what pie the symbol stood for and what it's used for, and they thought that was really cool. During lunch, I changed my clothes into what I'm wearing now, which was a little bit nicer outfit for conferences, kind of, you know, fancier, because you're meeting parents and you want to look nice. So I changed into my Pie Day shirt and my pineapple pants, into a nice pair of black pants and a nice top. I changed my earrings and all my jewelry. And the kids were like, why'd you change your clothes? Because when they had seen me half an hour before, or 20 minutes before, I was wearing something completely different. I said, oh, I wanted to wear something a little nicer and fancier for when we talk to your parents about how awesome you are. They're like, oh, okay. So I was able to, in between conferences, get my sub plans made. I had tentative plans made, but I didn't know what time we were going to do that AR game day thing. So I didn't actually like type up some plans. I just kind of wrote some things on a paper to remind me. So I got that done. I was able to print out all the materials that I needed. So I left them some St. Patrick's Day math and some St. Patrick's Day reading and some St. Patrick's Day writing that went along with our standards. And I also left a book about St. Patrick's Day that my awesome sub can read and then ask some comprehension questions to go with. I made a St. Patrick's Day activity book that she can send home with the students so they'll have something to do over spring break. And it's a mixture of math concepts and writing and reading concepts, but kind of in a fun way, so they'll like that. I've been doing that over every break. I try to send a little activity book with them so they can have something fun to do. And I also have the newsletter ready for them to take home so they'll know what we're doing when we come back. So I feel like I tied everything up with a nice little bow. I printed out my lunch and attendance form, and I let the sub know about our game day plans, and I wrote a note on my board to my kids saying I was going to miss them, and to show our substitute teacher, our guest teacher is what I call her, how awesome they are. And if they get a really good note from the sub, then they can earn the rest of the stars that they need for their reward party when we come back from spring break. So some motivation for them to be super awesome selves. I also left a stack of bond bucks and I had told my sub that she was welcome to hand them out whenever she saw a student behaving super responsible and super respectful and helpful and kind, and just anything you notice that they're being really amazing people, you could reward that. So if I'm out of bond bucks when I come back, awesome, I'll just make more. That would be a great thing to come back to. So the poor kids have not gotten to spend their bond bucks for 2 Fridays now, like counting tomorrow, because I won't be there to do it. So I feel bad because we just didn't have time. We just did not have time to do it. So I told them that we would definitely do that when we come back from spring break. They will also be in new color groups, so they will be with a new mix of students, which will be good. I took a picture of the groups that I had formed before, and then I erased them all so I could start from scratch. So they're also super excited that we'll be starting cursive when we come back on, I think it's the 25th is the date. So I've got my cursive papers ready for them to practice on. So I've got the whole week of cursive printed out and copied. Math will be chapter 8 measurement with rulers in inches and to the nearest inch and ½ inch in Go Math. And we already have what we're doing for Power Hour on Monday because we're continuing our dino park design. So that's taken care of. So I don't feel like I'm leaving myself in a lurch for when I come back. Excited. I feel like everything is in a good place. I feel like I have a super awesome guest teacher taking over for me, and my team teachers are all amazing, and if anything glitches, they will take care of it for me. And I've left Lucky Charms for the kids' snack. So I think it's going to be a super fun day for them. Every conference that I had tonight, I made sure to mention the game day tomorrow and that they were welcome to send a board game or a card game with their students to share with their friends. So they thought that was really cool. So I'm really glad. So I'm just really, really tired. I had a really bad headache, like a migraine earlier. And part of it is probably because I needed to eat something. And part of it is because I'm just kind of worn out. And the weather has been rainy and gross. So it's just a combination of stuff. So I had a Coke stash back in my fridge that I started drinking, and that has helped a little bit. And I took some Excedrin migraine, so that has helped a little bit. It's not completely gone, but it's tolerable, so I can get done what I need to do. I need to pack. I need to try to find a dress. I need to do a little bit of laundry still, so I won't get much sleep tonight, but that's okay, because I guess I can sleep on the plane. I can sleep when I get there, whatever. It's all gonna be good. I'm probably going to be running on adrenaline and excitement, so it's all gonna work out great. And I get to room with some awesome people. I'm so excited. So I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but you'll find out, because there'll be a jillion of us vlogging, I'm sure. So we cannot wait to share the awesomeness with you. All right, I probably look really like a crazy person in this half light and half dark. So I'm going to go and concentrate on my driving, because honestly, there's a weirdly large amount of people on the road right now. So I'm gonna go, and I might check back in with you later, but honestly, I'm gonna be trying to get myself together, because we need to leave at, no, 3. We need to leave at 3 a.m. to get to the airport. So I may not be vlogging anymore tonight. So I will chat with you later.